Okay, so this video is just a short little video, and I'm using it because I want to show you some other examples of puzzles that are manipulative that you can use, or they're just other types of puzzles that you can make using Google Slides or Google Draw, like I've shown you to do and you've practiced. So if you want to make one of these types of puzzles, you can. Another type of puzzle, and before I continue, I want to tell you that all of these puzzles that I'm going to show you, I discovered these types of puzzles from a store on Teachers Pay Teachers called English Bulldog. And I bought a few escape rooms made by her. She's a teacher. She calls her store English Bulldog, to learn about some different ways, different kinds of puzzles to do. And I did this a couple of years ago so that when I was making escape room for my classes, I had a variety of puzzles because I didn't want to give them the same type of puzzles every time we did an escape room. I really like to have a huge variety to choose from. Okay, so here's one of her puzzles, and this one's kind of fun. She has an answer grid. So these are multiple choice. She makes this little grid with pictures. So this is question 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are the pictures that are matched with the answer. So when they read this multiple choice question, if they think B is the answer for question 1, they look and see that it's a little teacup and saucer, and that's the number 1. And so that's the first number for the code, and then etc. That's how you do this kind of a puzzle. So again, you would use Google Draw to create this, and then you could use Google Slides to put the whole puzzle on. This one's kind of fun. When this is a screenshot, so I can't actually manipulate it for you, but the part that moves is the open circles. These circles are open, and so you drag it to the arrow that is the correct answer. You just drag that down. Sorry. As you can tell, I'm having issues. So you would just drag that to the arrow that is the correct answer. Now notice, this is just like matching. These are your answer stems up here, and they're each assigned a letter. Here's the letters, and here's the question numbers. And you have these directional arrows, because any of you who have been to a real escape room, you know, sometimes you have to unlock a directional lock, which is really fun. So you have up, down, left, and right. And the reason is because this is what her code is actually in. You don't put letters into the code. You put UULRD. And so she has all of this for the students. So again, the students would click and drag the circles to the arrow that they thought was the answer based on these answers up here for these questions right here. Here's another kind of puzzle you can use Google Draw and Google Slides to make. The X's are the part that move. And this is the picture that you can make in Google Draw. And so what they do is they put an X over the pictures that signify an idea that is not in the short story, so that what you're left with is pictures that signify an idea of what is actually in that story. And then she says, take the letters that don't have X's and unscramble them to find the code word. So this is kind of a fun puzzle as well. You don't have to use pictures. You could use words here, but pictures just make it a little different kind of manipulative and a different kind of puzzle. So you could have something just like this with words, and then you could have another puzzle with pictures. This one is different than a crossword, okay? And they call it a word search. So this one is done with terms and definitions, or you could do it with characters and character descriptions, something like that. But see, one, here's your clue, stopped or grew less, and they would put in the vocabulary word for that meaning, and they do that all the way down. Then it says there is a word hidden either vertically, horizontally, or diagonally after they filled in all these words, and that is the code word for unlocking this puzzle. And then I just wanted to show you this puzzle that can easily be made in Google Draw. It is, a read with a mirror. And you can always flip an image after you make it. So what you would do is you would make this in Draw, and you would download it like we have done in our lesson. You would download it as a JPEG or a GIF. Then when you put it in your Google Slides, you can flip the whole picture, including the words. So that's really fun as well.